Palestinian prisoners must be released. Only then will Hamas negotiate with Israel through mediators on the next steps in a ceasefire agreement in Gaza. Hamas leader Bassem Naim said on Sunday, "Any talks with the enemy through mediators on the next steps are conditional on the release of 620 prisoners who were supposed to be released in exchange for the release of 6 Israeli hostages and the return of the bodies of 4 hostages." Naim, a member of Hamas's political wing, told Reuters, "The 6 hostages and 4 bodies were handed over last Saturday." Basem Naim stressed that the mediators must ensure that the enemy complies with those conditions. Hamas released 6 Israeli hostages on Saturday. The bodies of 4 hostages were also handed over. Israel was supposed to release 620 Palestinian prisoners in exchange. But Israel has postponed the release of Palestinian prisoners. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said yesterday, Israel will wait to hand over 620 Palestinian prisoners and detainees until the release of the next hostages is confirmed, and until the dishonorable ceremonies during the hostage release are cancelled. Israel alleges that Hamas has been disrespecting the hostages during the recent hostage releases. UN officials have also said that the hostages' dignity has not been protected, which is against international law. The White House has also supported Israel's decision. The White House said yesterday, Hamas has been barbaric with the Israeli hostages. The delay of the release of Palestinian prisoners is an appropriate response. In a statement, U.S. National Security Council spokesman Brian Hughes said, President Donald Trump stands ready to support whatever action Israel decides to take regarding Hamas. Hamas is holding a special ceremony for the release of the hostages. As part of the ceremony, masked Hamas fighters led the hostages to a stage. At that time, the hostages were seen shaking hands and giving speeches to the Gazans present. The coffins of the hostages were also carried through the crowd. The delay in the release of Palestinian prisoners has caused disappointment among the families of the prisoners. Ghassan Washahi, who will be released from Israeli prisons on Saturday, was waiting for that in Gaza. He said, "Every time a list is given of who is being released from prison, we wait, hoping, maybe this time my brother Islam's name will come up, but his name is never on the list." Ghassan Washahi also said that his mother had almost given up hope for her son's release. He said, "When his name finally came up on the list for release, Israel suspended the agreement." A ceasefire has been in place between Israel and Hamas since January 19th. Hamas is scheduled to release a total of 33 Israeli hostages during the first 42 days of the ceasefire. In exchange, 1,900 Palestinians are scheduled to be released from Israeli prisons.